The contribution of the Communist Party to the history of China in the last 100 years is amazing. It's a very robust machine. It's a very solid organization in which the best of the Chinese society come. This notion of enlightened elite, which is leading the country, is something that I think works very well. My name is Javier Gimeno. In Chinese is孟昊文. So I am a Shanghainese citizen living in Shanghai for more than 10 years, where I am working for a French multinational, where I am serving as a Chief Executive Officer for Asia Pacific. Shanghai is really an outstanding city from the economic point of view. It's certainly the gateway of China to the world and also the point of entry of the world into China. And this role is getting increasingly important for the world and for China. The Chinese government, the Shanghai government, has always been very supportive. When I came here, one of the most important difficulties we were facing was the high level of pollution. And it's true that at that time, this high level of contamination was an obstacle for us to attract some of our expatriates. But I have to say that since 4 or 5 years, the efforts made by China, the efforts made by Shanghai have been outstanding and have been paying off. I am impressed by the message of optimism and confidence delivered by President Xi. As he said, even though we have gone through a very difficult time, through an unprecedented crisis, in the end, winter will not be able to stop the arrival of the spring. And this is what we are seeing now, not only in China, but also in the rest of the world. Second, I have to say that I really agree on the 4 priorities that he mentioned. The first one, as you know, is to try to invigorate as soon as possible the world economy, to give a new impetus to the world economy so that the crisis is left behind us as soon as possible. To find a new economic model for the world, a model in which we can make compatible the need of prosperity, the need of development with the respect of the environmental agenda. Is that we need to find a way to reduce the gap between the countries which are already get a certain development and those countries which are still under their process of development. I think this is absolutely important for well-balanced development of the world. And the 4 priority is to try to do so in an harmonious and coordinated manner, with a genuine respect of the differences that might exist among the different countries in terms of culture, in terms of history, or in terms of political system. I think that this idea, according to which we should exclude from the international relationship any kind of idea of supremacy, is extremely healthy and is extremely important for the future of the world. It's true that I have a personal feeling of sympathy towards the Chinese Communist Party. Among other reasons, because in my own family we have a long tradition of membership to the Communist Party in Spain. Both my grandfather and my father were members of the party. Evolution of the country and the fact that the country has reached today the 2nd position in the world hierarchy and probably the first one in a matter of 15 or 20 years can only be explained by these fantastic dynamics that have been created in the Chinese society by the Communist Party. Nosotros amamos Shanghai. ¡Hala, Hoshi Shanghai!